guys, welcome back to the YouTube Editor's Perspective Podcast. Once again, brought to you by Way of the Pride. Alright, we got the usual cast. Proceed, Compbros,
Yes.
Woot.
DA, who's like on the verge of passing out into a coma right now.
This is not fair. There's no joke.
And then we also have J-Force back on again.
Hello.
Oh, no, I'm just not going to say to any people. You're just going to say hello. You're keeping it general. That's the idea.
Yep.
No,
hello, YouTube. Hello, iTunes. There you go. Are you happy?
Yes, I am. Much better. But, alright. So for today, topic is just, we're going to discuss on the various styles of editing that we've seen all throughout our short little editing careers.
Both abundant and rare.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess we should just start with the most abundant, that is the overboard action, which I'm super, super guilty. That is me, essentially.
It's all alone right now.
Oh, yeah.
Give him space.
What?
Give him space.
But I mean, just really, if you're just looking at it just from actual aspect, you know it's going to be fast, you know it's going to be spacey, lyric, or like, not spacey, like very hardcore sync and stuff like that. And I would, actually, just your comment, do you see any variation of action from person to person at all? Like a different kind of distinction? Asking you guys. Anything?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
there's obvious differences. I mean,
one of the differences is whether or not you use effects where you go completely raw with your editing. I mean, because if you notice something with people who do a lot of, on YouTube who do action, is they use a lot of still clips with shakes, because if you use a still clip, shakes are the most obvious on those types of clips. So people who do shake-heavy videos usually emphasize more static clips and like the use shakes and such to actually make the impact, evident in the video. And then you have people like me who use actual momentum and such, and then use the actual background shakes and such from the source itself to actually create the momentum and the impact. And then there's people who use people with maskings, you have people with, the blurs and the flashes. I mean, it depends entirely on the types of effects you use. And then you have people like Kane X who use heavy pan crops and such as well to,
I know a lot, there's a lot of I'm a tweener in the, using shakes, not using shakes. It just kind of depends on how heavy of a song that I'm using. Like, if it's super duper, like soil work, like really, really heavy stuff, I will usually tend to put shakes in just because that's, like, a really, really heavy song. Yeah. Like my, whatchamacallit, Saint Stray. There's the times where I did and times I did, but just when it, he was just, hardcore, screaming, that was a weak one for me. I should probably... I should totally pimp out some of my Screamo songs right now to see if anybody edits it. I'm going to link it. Screw it.
No, sorry. Screamo's the devil. Okay, leave Screamo to montage makers and really crappy editors on YouTube.
Hey.
oh,
You know what? I'm gonna say there's one thing that the montage community and the AMV editing community have in common is that Cell Dweller Voicians are equally horde on both sides. Ridiculously horde.
Yeah.
It's the same, but that's only because that shit's not copyrighted on YouTube. So, they just use it. That's why. But as for shakes, yeah, I only use shakes if I don't believe it's compromising my actual editing. Like, if I think it actually enhances the clip instead of being compensatory, then I will use them. That's about me.
And I guess with action, going into how we mentioned last time, this new blending type of action editing. That's pretty much I think the first time I really noticed it was just for. I'm not sure if you've heard of J-Force, DW21.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've known him since, late 08, back when he ripped everybody. Same time with Nigma22 doing it.
He's a partial Way the Pride member. He kind of frequents on and off, but he's one of our main MEP editors, or MEP editors. And that got his flow. I hate him for it.
Yeah.
All of his tracks just Then he just like with the flow and his blending. Like he's probably out of the editors that I've seen and are subscribed to. Like he's probably the best at it that I've seen.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, the thing was eventually like a lot of other people, even like Nigma, aka Soup, and other people like that. They started off being horror editors who ripped everyone else, and then eventually around 2009 they all started to develop their own style, and that's when they started to do what they do now. Yeah. And the thing they both hold in common is that they both do motion style editing.
Yeah, they like really focus on like the motion of the scene going into the next and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know at some point that he's I know I don't like to say that it's because of me and Soup, but I do know that at some points he's watched our works, and I know that he did see that kind of stuff, and I know between us and then even earlier styles like other older editors, I think that I just noticed that a lot of older editors eventually, like even Salvadorian, I know you don't like him, but it's proof that I'm just saying it's proof that these older editors have come to do these motion styles, like me, Soup, DW, Salvadorian, like all these people are just starting to do these motion styles as they start to advance in their editing. Even Mally does it. He does motion editing as well now.
Yeah, I gotta clarify something though. I mean, I don't like Salvadorian.
No, we don't hate on Salvi.
No, I'm just referring to his style with his face and crap. I know, I'm not here to say that we're bashing anybody as a person. We're bashing their style of editing that we may find, we might disagree with aspects of it.
Yeah. And if anyone else gets like somehow offended by our podcast, we mention them. Really, we're not being offensive. It's just opinion based.
Yeah.
don't take it light. I mean,
Blockwire 18, you suck.
And of course, like using it as examples to prove our points. Like I said, this is perspective, and this gives us a scope to work with.
Yeah. But like going with what you said, just like how like I think because how we all started too, like looking at other people's style and trying to emulate them. If you really think about it, you got to wonder nowadays, especially since we're like older, we've been on YouTube for a while. Like, I actually want to go and study and see if anyone has actually tried to emulate something of me. You know? I mean, that'd be pretty. What?
Ego trip much?
No.
I could laugh. Sadly, I can't. Sadly, I could say that. I could say that people have done it with mine without it being an ego trip, just because of the Godzilla porn style overall. I mean, you just got to think what it's done to Final Fantasy editing on some level.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I've seen plenty of people try it. Even people who become my students like to try my style, and I always discourage it, but it always happens eventually. I want people to develop their own styles when I teach them, but people.
Well, I mean, Proceed. A perfect example of this is Reggie.
Well, no, there's a difference with Reggie.
We've been giving him. I mean, we've been teaching him.
Reggie who?
Reginald Returns. He's a member on our website. He doesn't have too many subscribers.
Pretty much, this guy has evolved by asking both me and Lone here tips on how to edit.
I don't know. Like I said, to me, editing overall went to editors now. I know that, like me, with a lot of older people, like we teach people, but we really don't like teaching people, just because at the same time, we ourselves, when we were growing up as editors, were never really taught, and that's how we all developed our individuality editing wise. And I mean, we like teaching people because they enjoy what we teach them, because there's maybe is some things we can offer wisdom wise, but at the same time, it does kind of cut off their creative process, I think, at some point, or it does discourage them.
It does. That's why whenever someone has ever asked me for a tip or something, I'll tell them what I do. Like this is what I do. I had somebody ask me. I've been asked multiple times about my masking, how I go about the motion masks, how I make it work, how I make it flow better, and I just tell them, listen, I go through this detail and this detail, and I make it work how I see fit. I never tell people point for point what to do. I always leave it open for interpretation, because in the end, that's what you need to do, is interpret in your own style.
Yeah, and that's the same reason I teach films. Like, I teach editing theory, film theory stuff, because I'm teaching you how to analyze your clips and actually work your concepts into reality through this knowledge. That's my purpose of doing it. I mean, eventually, I used to be that kind of person who'd be like, you need to do this with your type of video, but these days, like I said, I do pure explain how this affects, this part of the clip and this part of the clip here and this part of the clip here. Nothing really to do with the style, more purely with the scene choice and your effect
aesthetics.
usage.
It's all, you're explaining aesthetics.
More or less, yeah. Like I said, that really started learning this stuff based off of what I thought. I was like, I noticed how things affect the human eye, and when you notice how things affect the human eye, you start to learn how many different aspects of clips, people perceive them.
Yep.
How certain things are aesthetically pleasing and some others are not.
Yeah, in terms of emotion, we're just looking badass or something, trying to convey that concept, or even lack of, and just being, making something blow people's minds.
Yeah. And then, actually, that's, I guess, from, action. I guess this is kind of going through, how I evolved through editing. I mean, I started on just purely action. I didn't do, anything else. And then I slowly started getting into, the drama aspect, trying to tell a story, trying to evoke a certain mood out of somebody. And, I mean, I have very minimal experience, but I'm, starting to really get into it a lot more nowadays than I used to. And there's, the main difference I like from action editing. I mean, action editing, it's really a lot more about just sync and mostly, either making something that just makes you feel like badass or something, or just evokes the testosterone, I guess, more or less. Drama, the Darkness video I made. I used I don't think you've seen a J-Force, but used the ending theme from Dexter.
Oh, Dexter? I know a little bit about Dexter, not very much.
Yeah, but the ending. Oh no, I think I did show it to you with how you said the video Alokami made. Remember that? I think you're the one that showed me that.
I can't quite remember. Probably not, man.
Okay. But anyways, I use that, and pretty much the whole point of it, since the song's instrumental, I just had this whole thing about this whole text thing that I wrote out in my head about just darkness and how it affects the psyche and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it turned out really cool from at least my perspective. And I mean,
no, it was really cool. I did like that video.
Yeah. I mean, just you can almost take people on mind trips with some of the drama AMVs you can do.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's another thing I liked about. That's what I've done, over the years. I got so bored with action because that's just one thing, Eventually, that, I mean, with drama and such, when I said I started in Kingdom Hearts, I was always wanting to do some sort of romance because I saw all these emotional AMVs and they always stirred these things within me, and I wanted to make them reality. Whenever I tried to do something, I just couldn't express myself right, and it always frustrated me. So it was something I never touched for so many years. Yeah. And then, as years have gone on, it's something I can connect my heart and my editing together better in a way as to represent these concepts. With my most recent video and even a few videos throughout the years, I edit very primarily based on emotion, which I think is another thing that editors don't do these days. They're editing just to edit, but they're not trying to feel it, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
With any action video, like you said, you feel badass. You put yourself in the shoes of that song and that character, and to you, it's just I can destroy the world. It's it's crazy. Yeah, it's you feel like you could do anything. You could be that guy doing flips off of walls, stabbing people, just going crazy. And then that's just that thing. And then you have those emotional videos that stir your heart, and they bring back these memories, or they of good or bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, my video, my most recent drama one, that one is a very personal song that has to do with something in my life, and that was something that I used to dream about that video sometimes, as I was going to bed, and eventually, it just took time for me to finally connect with that and actually make that video real.
Oh yeah, I've had stuff like that too with I been recently I'm a drummer and I've written music, so I have a very creative mind, musically and stuff like that. And I've been doing a lot of vocal practice where I'll write lyrics and stuff. I've had times where I'm just thinking about the song I'm currently writing lyrics to in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and I get lyrics pop in my head. I'm like, well, shit, I gotta get up.
Yeah.
Gotta write it down before it goes away.
So I gotta say, I should actually ask a question. This is actually another thing that seems to affect editors and their styles overall. Actually, would you say your guys' lives were very blessed, or that you were about middle, or would you say your lives are very tortured? Would you say? No, trust me. This
We're
actually
black, so all crap.
Because, like I said, with me,
Pressure.
it's because I've seen this. Because there's a lot of really good editors who seem to touch emotion. These are the people who have dealt with really big hardships in their life, and by knowing such deep pain, they're able to express that within their videos. And that's something.
Yeah, like
because sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Suck.
Somebody decide to freaking talk. All right.
Okay, I'll finish. Just go, Mike.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. I'd say I'm probably in the middle ground of that, just because my parents have been divorced. I've had like that kind of just pretty much dealing with that. And then, I mean, when I was in like middle school, I was bullied a bit and stuff. But I mean, besides that, my dad's like well off and stuff. So like I kind of have a middle ground.
Yeah, and like me, I have more of the torture side with, coming from a meth head trailer court, and my mother and my other people I knew around me growing up around those drugs for many years. And, it was only towards the later part of my life where that stuff went away, started to go away around a lot of those people, and life actually started to get better. But of course, there was a lot of that, and the bullying for me, of course, was pretty bad overall, and there was other aspects of my life that affected how I felt and everything. And, I was one of those people who did shut myself away, and that's another part of my edit. That's something that also allowed my editing to bloom in a way, because there's all these contained emotions, and I found this outlet through AMVs that allowed me to actually express these.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just a theory on. That's just a difference. That's something I've noticed with people. Like some people I really know that I connect with are really tortured, like had tortured lives in that respect.
I can completely understand that point of view.
Yeah.
I think some of these people that were well-off people that are editors, more or less, I think that goes into they are probably the cocky editors that are around now.
Or maybe they don't do videos that contain as much substance or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
That question you pretty much asked is a really good philosophical question.
Yeah.
To be honest. It's deep into philosophy and really deep into psychology right there.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
Because when you look back at like great poets, great writers, usually the ones who tell the best stories are the ones who either have dealt with the greatest pain or death, or just so well off they never even saw that stuff. Like it's a very polar view, pretty much.
Yeah. And I think that's another reason why you can sort of classify AMVs as a sort of art, because of the fact that it does have that expression that ties with people. Like people have said with books and such, you write what you make what music wise,
yep.
And that's where your talents flourish. And with AMVs, it's the same way. You take those emotions and those experiences and you translate them in that fashion.
Yeah. So, I mean, you look at even art, for example, painting wise. Like look at it. People like Van Gogh, who is out of his freaking mind, is one of the most well-known artists on the planet. Mm-hmm. And we have other artists who come from, well-off families, are less known, but their work is still all over the place. Like, that one, the Nazi artist who was a Nazi supporter.
I'm just starting to think at this point the podcasters aren't going to start getting our podcast.
Yeah,
it's just because we're all getting so freaking deep into this. I don't know if the basic user will be able to start comprehending everything.
There's gonna be sitting there. Yeah, there's gonna be sitting there. I don't
don't even know.
What is this even?
Yeah, what is this?
I'm watching this to hear Proceed, Curse, and Lone Laugh, and BG and DA.
Yeah, we're bringing philosophy, politics, and art into AMVs, man. We're getting serious with. Yes.
Welcome away to Pride Conversations.
Yeah. I guess with styles, some comedy. Do you guys ever do any comedy editing?
I've done it once.
I have as well. My hot little can vid, as you know.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, with DA, you haven't seen his Mentos commercial.
No, I uploaded it.
I mean, J-Force hasn't seen it yet, though. We'll link it, and then I'll link the Yancat video I made for Yoma.
Yeah,
and I'll link my.
Yeah, we'll put your the can video in there. We'll put in the link dump. Like that one, I guess if you're going emotions, you pretty much just have to be in a slapstick happy mood. I mean, yeah. I had that as soon as I saw Nonstop Yancat, I had the idea of making a video for it for a while. but I didn't really have any like thing in my head of what source to use until I remembered the animatrix thing. I was like, oh shit, that's perfect. So that was probably one of the quickest edits I ever did, but it was really, really fun.
Yeah, but of course, people forget that editing time doesn't necessarily translate into product quality.
Yeah.
Some people's best videos are like, oh, I hardly tried on it, but the fact is they don't realize is that the fact they hardly tried is because they really had a good idea for it.
Yeah.
Like it just came so naturally.
Yeah, I think the clips just kind of laid down. The only things I really did was mask Nyan Cat for like a little bit to be put in the Michael, I think the character's name is in the animatrix, his eye, like in the reflection. That's like the only like effect I did really besides the
How long
text.
did that mask take you?
Not that long at all.
I hope not.
Because I mean, it was just literally one cycle of Nyan Cat, like run, and then I could just repeat the masks easily.
Yeah, well, I know how you are with masking. I mean, Krellin, for instance.
Yes. Shut up.
6 freaking years to do a simple mask like that.
I procrastinate.
Or masking Piccolo or something.
Piccolo's face turning sideways.
Oh my god, I know. Exactly.
Have you seen that mask at all, J-Force? Like, it's been
I've seen that mask. You gotta think about all the old anime editors. You know that eventually they all had a catalog of DBZ maskings that they just transferred.
Oh god, yeah.
Like, you know how many people
I can
like
admit
fucking
I
people
think
even people like Video Noob who used the same fucking masks from Bleach, and you had people like DBZ, you had DW who did that stuff too back with his old DBZ rips that he did. Like, he always copied that Piccolo mask over at some point.
I know the lightning from. And that actually wasn't a mask. I think that's just chroma key, or it's the lightning.
That's definitely a chroma key.
Right before Majin Vegeta shoots his like bolt at Majin Buu, because it's just a black screen. So that's really easy. And then I know I had the Majin M on Vegeta's forehead. I used that mask a lot back in the day.
Yeah, you've used that multiple fucking times.
Yeah, I know.
So much.
I was like, oh, Lone made a DBZ video. Oh, there's the M mask. Oh, wait, a new DBZ video. Nope, there's the fucking M mask.
No, it's mostly my Met parts, because I tend
Oh
to...
my god, this is bringing me... Sorry, go ahead.
It's alright.
No, like, you just made me think of the ultimate... Like, horrible AMVs, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're making me think of that one girl editor he had where she did those yaoi vids, and I literally, where she copies all the masks over? Like, she was like the very last one that he posted before she got her account banned. Got his account banned first time. But literally, I looked through her videos, and she has 15 or 16 videos over the last 6 months that all literally use the same maskings. She uses different backgrounds and puts them in a different order. I literally watched these videos, and my jaw hit the floor at how many copied maskings she had.
God. What is that? There's this I don't know the show's name, but I've seen it in conventions before. It's just this intro to the show, and it's got this very techno-y background. It says this girl walking down the hall and then dancing to the
Oh dear God! Have I seen another video with that?
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I've seen a million videos with that mask horde. It makes me go.
Which what are you talking about?
I don't know the
Hold
name.
on.
But they don't even have to mask it. You can put it to any music and it syncs.
It was like that with Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts.
I think BG's got it.
Okay.
What is it, BG?
Yeah, it's from a game.
Are you talking about yogurting or whatever the hell?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
That's what I thought it was. You're talking about girls walking down a class. I'm like, wait, that sounds just like yogurting, and it's the intro that every human being is used once in an MEP part.
Yeah, but it's not
It's
Matt.
just-
That's the actual intro.
Yeah. I liked all the videos that people used to do as a joke. They would just take the whole yogurting intro and put it to a song and be like, yogurting syncs to anything.
It's like the Guile theme, man. It's like someone needs to put it to the Guile theme. That's ultimate.
The sad part is they used to do that with Kingdom Hearts too, because Kingdom Hearts eventually there was a point where there were some betas, and literally people would just one of the most famous guys literally just took a different song, put it with the KH1 intro, and said, "This video looks like it's gonna sync perfectly, and I'll still get 10,000 views just because people will end up watching this and they'll think it's good." He was trolling people, and it was so true.
Hold on. It's a part of this video here. I'm just posting this in Skype here. Is this what you guys are talking about? It's somewhere in this video.
This is the one. Yeah, by Darkly Done. Yeah. I've actually met Darkly Done before. I actually met him a couple. Yeah, he's actually over here in Kansas City. He goes to one of the conventions I go to. It's called NakaCon. He actually goes there. Yeah, he goes there.
Like at the 50-minute mark. That's yogurting.
Yeah, but
or 50-second mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I've met him twice because NakaCon, I've been there 2 years in a row now, and I've been in the AMV contests. This video he did right here got best sync, and my video got the judge's choice for this year that I posted was my Final Fantasy Blessing video.
Yeah, but oh god, I lost my train of thought. God damn it! This is a common theme I found in the podcast. I do this a lot where I'm like,
You're
I
right.
don't know. Probably I should just keep a notepad of current thought process.
All right, well, now you can talk about, styles of editing that are rare now. I guess we talk about the Horde.
Well, I mean, pretty much, if you go to, like, rare style, well, almost non-existent style number one, pretty much DA, BG's, and Tsubasa style of complete randomness.
Oh, I was about to
Like-
say, what? Thought we were going into it already.
Just,
ahead.
I mean, it's like the video that BG uploaded today for
For
a
a few
little
seconds.
Yeah, for a few
Just a few
seconds.
hours.
It was,
Hours.
what song by Eminem?
8 Mile.
8 Mile from Eminem with SpongeBob. With
He's doing the
SpongeBob.
full song.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta pose the question here. How much rock do you guys smoke a night? Just
We're in Detroit. The air is
I'm
cracked.
asking the question. How much dime bags do you hit a night?
That's like over here in Kansas, in Topeka. Over in Topeka, it's just like where I live. It's like there's, you might as well just be smoking meth in the air all the time. You just, no, it's like I always make this joke to people. It's like the cops don't stop you for parking tickets because they're too busy dealing with the drug dealers. It's so stupid. I mean, in my trailer court, if I wanted to, I could have easily gotten meth or weed without even trying. It wasn't even hard, but I never did any of that shit. Like, at least I didn't do the weed. I didn't do the weed shit until I went to college. But I never. Yeah.
I wonder what I could get in bumfuck nowhere, Ohio.
I don't know. Weed is.
I know. I can guess.
You know what Jenkem is?
What?
Probably the most disgusting drug ever.
Is it made of squirrel intestines?
No.
Wait,
That's
what?
all
Cow crap?
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Hey, you said bumfuck nowhere, Ohio. All I see is you motherfuckers hunting squirrels with shotguns and finding a way to send that shit. Bugs. I can picture it happening.
Jenkem,
So wait, are you saying-
I learned about this in high school, which is like someone mentioned, like saw an article about it and told me about it, and like I almost wanted to vomit. It was started by septic tank drivers in the South. It's getting high off of the methane that is released from feces.
I saw that on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah,
That is giddy.
Wow.
that
my
is
God.
Jenkem.
That is scary.
Yeah.
That is our podcast title.
Exactly. That's right, Jenkem.
Oh God.
Jenkem.
Listen, I don't think we're gonna get the editing perspectives. It's more like we're just explaining where we're from now.
All right, let's get back
Detroit
to it.
sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
That
already
is
know this.
Kansas.
but like,
You know this already, guys.
yeah, just like certain, like the rare styles, like from me that I've seen personally, like just with like BG and DA, just the editing of like unorthodox sources, I guess, if you could label it with anything.
But you know
Yes.
why I do that for real? I do that because I'm not restrained. Because if I do DBZ, I know that I'll use clips that other people have used, and they'll equate that to them, and I know they'll do it better. So no one's out there going to use Rugrats. So I have pretty much
I kind
free
of want to do
reign.
Rugrats now.
That's
You
the
did
same.
Rugrats.
Yeah.
Did I
That's
do
the-
Rugrats?
Yeah, that short Chucky.
Oh, yeah, I did do that Chucky, didn't I?
So no one's going to use that. So it's pretty much just free reign to do whatever you want. And it's the most fun for me. I can't edit DBZ like you, Long. I'm sorry.
No
Yeah,
one
that's-
can.
That's the same reason. Yeah, that's the same reason I edit old anime, because old anime is so untouched by so many people. There's like, even if it was touched, it was maybe touched like 7 or 8 years ago by really old editors. So there's
Because
just
it
open
doesn't look
window.
good enough. It doesn't
Yeah,
look good enough compared to today's anime.
You know, I still think. No, okay, I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to say I think in ways old anime looks a lot better than new anime. I mean, of course, with new anime and computer animation, you have noise removal and you have cleaner encoding. But I think really, if you updated older anime in respects, at least in terms of noise reduction and resolution, that it would look more beautiful than new anime, just because it was actually hand drawn by people on cells.
I mean, going like some of the older anime that are now getting released in like Blu-ray format and stuff like that, like Cowboy Bebop. From like compared to anime right now, it looks older. But like the movie, like I just got it on Blu-ray. It looks beautiful on Blu-ray, like on the Blu-ray encoding.
Well, the problem with it is, I think because back then also the proportions on characters wasn't so bad too. Like characters were more realistically drawn. I'm going to say this is a specific aspect that I like. You know, human hair drawn in cell animation looks beautiful because it's actually like they have the lines, they actually like they split the hair, and you actually got this texturing going on. It's beautiful.
Show me an example. I want to see what you consider that good.
All right. Well, like here, let me go ahead and just link you to my love on video thing. Like the girl in there, that's one of the examples I like. You know, the girl at the very beginning. You can look at her hair and you will understand what I mean when I say that.
All right. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, Proceed is like the same way as you, J-Force. He is a classical editor.
So yeah, but look at the girl's hair. Like to me, that's beautiful hair because it's got lines.
Oh, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
This hair is beautiful. It's well drawn. It works well. As I said, it feels organic. You know, that's what I don't like about new anime. Because new anime, in most of the cases, is this simple: create lines, fill in with paint or some shit.
No, what they do now is they've they've established that people like the cartoony look with anime, so they try to. They don't need to go this in depth with like this ability here. They just saw that it's all right to go with like the shiny, plasticky hair look.
Well, I guess that makes sense because you got to think about it. As the demographic for anime is lowered, animation styles have changed indeed, and a lot of older people don't like new anime, which just makes a good argument. The fact is, we all like older animes in respects depending on styles or stories or character representations. And I think like.
I was saying too, if you look at the like more popular anime in America right now, like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, all that stuff, they have very rigid, very detailed hair. It's more or less just spiky or straight.
Yeah, but the problem is that's also generic now. You know, it's a lack of creativity, and I know, of course, it's a quick way to do animation and cop out in many respects. But like, you got to think about people like in this cell shaded stuff, like these girls in their hairs and other people's hair just waving back and forth. People actually had to put thought into this and animate this stuff frame by frame, and this stuff to me is represented beautifully.
Yeah,
I don't like I said, it's more colorful nowadays. Like, I like this more realistic, down-to-earth, more like watercolor tone that people put with these paints, you know, like in these cells. It feels more organic, it feels more realistic, it feels better drawn, and it feels like it has a soul to it, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of, Cowboy Bebop is probably, besides Dragon Ball Z, like the oldest source footage that I've edited.
Well, like Cowboy Bebop is Cowboy Bebop and like things like that and Fooly Cooly are like cutoff dates for like that type of animation. After that, it really did start to switch over. Around 2001 was when they first started getting computer animation going. Actually, one of the first examples of computer-animated widescreen anime that came out was like Chobits. Chobits itself was actually one of the first ones to come out, I think, around 2001, 2002 was one of those first examples that people really got into.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And then, God damn it, why do I always lose my train of thought? Fuck! Actually, we're probably going to link that video, too, and just put it as hair. Hair example.
That's what I had a friend do. That's like I explained this to them, and they looked at it, and their comment was, "Oh, I get what you mean about the hair now."
But
like I had a pretty good idea what you're talking about, but I just wanted to make sure I grasped what the fuck you were trying to say.
Yeah,
I mean, just with Proceed, Rurouni Kenshin, use old Gundam and stuff like that. You are pretty much right there with J-Force.
I definitely prefer editing to Samurai X, Gundam Wing, freaking. I'd love to download Yu Yu Hakusho sooner or later. Use that. Like I don't know. I just love good old school stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like to edit certain parts of Bleach and Naruto. You know, I do like certain parts of the new ones, mainly because I like some of the action scenes when they were done. But as a majority, I think the series suck for the most part at the moment.
I mean, like pretty much your new show is Gios.
God, because Gios is just so fucking good. I fucking love Gios.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm like,
it's one of those series that actually has like a legit story that was actually told the right fucking way and wasn't Horde.
Yeah.
That's what makes me happy about it.
More or less now I'm actually getting into, I mean, I more or less edit newer shows. Only because I have yet really to look back and like, I only saw Cowboy Bebop very recently. That's why I really start, like, I
still think that's a sin.
I know it is. I mean, after seeing the show, I know it is. Didn't, but, like, I mean, I more or less edit the newer shows, but I edit some of the newer shows now that really haven't been used that much. Like, Gare Zero, I've only seen, like, a few full videos with that. Cash Earn, like, and, I mean, I'm more or less discovering a lot of the, like, some newer shows and trying to use them before they get overly Horde, if they do get overly Horde.
Yeah, what I'm using right now will eventually be pretty Horde, pretty bad.
Yeah, and then I mean, I think I have the corner market on Dragon Ball Z.
I think this also explains a part of anime editing styles that we're trying to explain, is that depending on your style, you use certain types of anime, of course. And I think that a lot of action people will use things that are either newer or that they're old and tried and true, and they have scenes that people know of. Like,
right, I mean, any like new Naruto episode that has a good fight scene, within 5 days, it's all over.
What are you talking about, though? Within, like, the first half hour, somebody will take a shitty TV Tokyo. They'll take a shitty TV Tokyo version of that episode and just encode it to a shitty X-Vid and make a video out of that one fight.
It'll just be that fight, and then, in the end, it doesn't even...
I mean, come on, you gotta think back in the day when, like, Video Noob and all those guys first used the Bleach Ichigo Grimjow fight, and then you just watch like 50 betas come out within like the next week of just that fight ripping off.
I'm still stunned. I have not seen more from the Hell movie.
Oh yeah,
the new movie that just came out. I didn't see
because of us.
but like I said, I think that I think in a way, like, people who do a lot of raw editing, especially older people, like to use old anime, and I think that also, you know, because depending on type of anime, some animes edit themselves more than others. Like, of course, something like Final Fantasy is used a lot because Final Fantasy practically edits itself because it's got all these built-in stuff.
Same as Gurren Lagann.
Yes, which is why they do those. But then, like, I think older animes also, you know, people don't appeal to those as much because they're harder to edit in respects because they require a different approach editing-wise because you don't have all these built-in shakes, and you really can't do these alterations to them because they're like live-action footage in a way, which is why I kind of like to use it because each type, you really can't manipulate either one that much without it being obvious, you know. It's very hard to keep that aspect of animation, you know, with adding your own stuff. It's usually more raw in ways, and it's I don't know, I just think it's more challenging overall, you know, depending on the style.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know I'd have a hard time editing some older sources.
Yeah, but that's why.
I mean, honest to God, I mean, just to throw it out there, this video that I did for that tournament, just like you saying, like, the older sources, it is to use like this old source here with this song especially with Seldor's Aeon. To use Kenshin for this, it was more of a challenge than I first expected.
Yeah, but of course you took advantage of the aspects of the anime. The fact is that people with older anime, you may not have shakes, but you have a lot of panning, you know, left, right, up, and down. And when you're using that, even within my romance video, I take advantage of these pans in, pans out, and, you know, or lefts and rights, and you link these together to create your momentum, especially if you're doing an action video, or you're doing like my comedy video that I did with Hot Little Can Can. That's something you have to take advantage of.
Yeah. Or just like comedy
and that's why,
like that.
And that's why I would say sorry. Go ahead.
We suck. We just keep interrupting each other.
That's my bad. I talk too much. Go ahead.
But just with like even a comedy, like you can just using motion for comedy or just using situational. Like you can even just go for like comedy videos and stuff like that. You can go into actual branches of comedy just to create the certain comedic effect in helping with that style of editing. But all right. So, I think DA, I think it's your time to shine now.
Shine? Is that what you're calling it?
Yes. All right, so now that we've talked about most of the styles of editing that you can actually see on YouTube, there's another whole style of editing, mostly in conventions, that you can only see there at late at night in 18+ channels. And that is hentai editing, and DA is our resident expert.
Don't make it sound like that.
Literally, all these guys do is talk about what they're going to edit next. What are they going to do next?
You know what? I'll bet you money. You have an account on NG Silver's hosting site for hentai AMV.
I was actually going to get one. We have one?
Yeah,
Never mind.
I actually tried to get him to upload it, and he just never did.
Okay, we have one. Sorry.
He made a video last year. Did you submit it to Yoma last year?
No, I didn't. I submitted it to ACN. I just made it this year.
Okay. So he submitted to ACN, and it has won 3 awards?
It won 3 awards, yes. It won an Anime Central, Anime Boston, and Fanime.
Oh my god. So, explain just pretty much just how the song. Yeah.
The song, I thought myself that it would be horrid immensely. It's violent pornography by System of a Down, which is pretty much just straightforward. I thought it'd be like, okay, everyone has used this. This is going to be a stupid idea. Everybody used it better. I searched. There is not a single one. So I thought, okay.
He searched,
this
ladies
works.
and gentlemen. He did his research.
Yes. Hard research.
Yeah, keep digging that hole deeper, bro.
Hey, it's better to be called gay.
Well, depending on the source you're
that's
using.
right.
Depending
A respectable gay person or a slanderous pervert.
Well, I'm kind of leaning toward that first one with your history of, anime use, tutu,
One time!
Hey,
Sailor Moon.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Tutu's boss, okay? Don't hate, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, you know what? Anything that can be used in the chocolate starfish MEP and be considered badass deserves to be given mad props.
Okay, I'm so glad that was actually brought up by somebody that's not me. I like this.
Long.
I was literally the first one to show these 2 guys that map, I believe, if I'm right. You guys have never seen that map, right, Lone?
Just Lone.
Lone hadn't seen it, right. Lone
I'd seen it, it's just been a long time and I forgot about it.
Our great leader.
I brought that map up, and I must have gotten a million messages on different forums that watch this that I posted to, and on YouTube about, dude, I've never seen that map before. It's so boss. Thanks for freaking plugging it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I thought every human being by now had seen that. Every person who's seen the Nostromo video.
Nope.
God, that's crazy.
When I heard Lone said I haven't seen it, I'm like, you edit DBZ with random action, and the way you edit, and you've never seen this map? How the fuck does that work?
It's fucking Limp Bizkit with pure action goodness. That's something that that's one of the first times I actually noticed Rez. What I noticed is that Rez is one of those people who was in there that I noticed, I watched his works going through, editing, and I never realized it. I looked back at my favorites and I realized I'd watched Nostromo's Magic Pad when it first came out, and I didn't even remember it. Until 2 years later. Yeah.
But
Don't bring it back to me. Keep talking.
No, I'm going back to you. I mean, how can you see? I can't even remember the question.
I can't find the words.
So wait. Let me say, how can you edit hentai and stuff?
I mean, is it just weird? Just literally, all right, you have.
Oh, it is horribly weird. Trust me.
My ass is
weird.
weird.
Crap.
You sit there with no pants on, and you just you go at it. I know you do.
Yeah, have you ever? Yeah, that's a good question. Have you ever been editing a hentai AMV and gotten to the point where you feel like you have to? it is. Or
13. This is going into something else.
I don't think I want to be sitting next to him.
Hey, by the time I was 13, I know I was doing it. Okay, if you're around 13 and you're not doing it now, I think that's kind of whatever at this point. Especially with today's Americans. Like, I know 8-year-olds who freaking have seen pornography. That's like really.
Ridiculous.
No, it's not, because we... right.
We're the generation that grew up with South Park, and we can complain about this.
Yeah, she is a hippie, isn't she? She don't care.
She don't care.
But, I can imagine, though, it's like, if you were younger and you were doing this, your parents come in and see all this, you're like, it's for editing, I swear.
I swear,
only for
I'm
editing.
not doing anything wrong. Hands up in here.
I only want it for the story.
Where's fans, man? That's the main questions we thrown at you.
Yeah, there's no hole big enough. There's no hole that no way you can dig yourself out of that hole.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Hey, wait, what?
Okay, I thought we were above the age of 18. I thought I wasn't at work. Jeez. Okay, awesome. Thanks for bringing that one back out.
My mindset.
Literally, at my job, I work with, like, most of the people I work with are under my age. And I swear to God, all I hear are stupid little fucking jokes like that, and it makes me want to punch.
The irony for me is that in my job, everybody's actually 10 years older than me. Since I work as a fire and securities field tech, and I'm brand new, most of the people in the business for at least a decade or two, and I'm the guy that's like, oh, I'm the new guy for this project, So for me, the sense of humor and everything is something I've had to learn, for people. It's like, they're all talking about kids or when they were in the military or something. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day when, you cranked fire alarms and crap, we had these blinking lights and you did Morse code is what
If Reagan was president, we wouldn't be having these goddamn problems.
That's more or less what I had a conversation about today. Was the guy talking like, oh, I remember about this old fire system. And I'm like, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's like,
You noob.
I literally work with like 2 old people who have been working at where I've worked for like 16 years. And the rest are all just like new people. And
I get
what's sad is I'm one of the senior guys now, and I've only been there a year. Everyone else that I started with is gone. I've trained most people I have to deal with, and I hate them all. I hate
that's like me with my best friend. Like, me and him used to work at the same place, and then I graduated college and such, and I got out, and he's still there, and he's had to teach all the new people, and they give him hell.
Yeah, I know that. I know that very well.
Yep, because you can't replace talent. It was there.
Yeah. Oh dear God. I could go into a forever rant about people I have come to loathe. I've discovered personalities I did not know existed.
That's like, I forget. Do you work retail?
Yeah, no, I work deli.
Either way, that's a form of retail, and that's why. Like, that was my job.
It's worse than just regular sales. It's food sales. So
you know what
I'm not dealing with people like want. I'm dealing with the need. It's food, and I'm again. You know what? I'm just gonna like put a lid on that one. Because there's a fucking behemoth in my chest waiting to explode.
Yeah, I'll just give a short explanation about mine too. Is I worked at a party store that did like birthdays, weddings, did Halloween, and it was in a upper middle class type area. Just the amount of people you get to meet, like you realize it's one of those things that makes you hate society more. Because then you see all these entitled children who act so spoiled, and they mess up a store, and you look at the parent, and the parent looks at you, and they just walk away. They don't care. And you see all these parents who are the same way as their kids in ways, and it's pathetic.
Oh my God!
Got it.
In retail.
Yeah, retail is the devil, people. Anybody who is going to be working it, God forbid, you have to deal with what we have.
I prefer it over food, though. I prefer it over food.
Oh, God forbid. That's the point. I was like, either I do retail or I do fast food, and I, for the love of God, will never be in fast food with a bunch of, like, Mexicans or blacks. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say this. I'm just like, it would be...
better fix that.
No, I'm just saying...
Especially since the Compbros are both black.
No, I'm just saying...
That's it. The Black Panther squad is on their way to your house, Jake.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say, but it's not even really about the fact that it's racist. It's just that uncomfortable feeling, of being that one guy in a group of, a whole bunch of other different people, ethnicity-wise, it's that awkward feeling.
Is it because you're gonna be the minority?
it's there's always that argument, but there's also the fact that it's differing humors, differing personalities, differing ways of communication. Even each group of people has their own way of communicating with one another. With slang and such. And that creates a form of uncomfortableness as well. I can say things other than a fucking race card for that explanation. Okay, I have logic for my fucking arguments. Okay.
Well,
it's the same reason when you deal with when you're at
another topic on another podcast, because there's a lot we could go into here.
Oh god.
So I like this, so I'm just gonna say, for the interest of a solid podcast about this shit, let's bet it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Oh my god, we've got so far off topic. It's not fun.
Hey, Salvi, you happy with this one?
Oh, seriously, it's half AMVs and then half life stories and half like philosophy and life lessons.
Oh god.
That's why we get hundreds of downloads.
All right. So,
Going through back to different styles of editing and stuff like that. I mean,
Yes.
all the there's, like we said, there's a really horde kind of drama and action stuff like that, and then the randomness. And there's stuff that you really don't see or can't really explain, which brings me to Proceed. You do action editing and stuff like that, but it's the way you edit, the way you go about it. I've yet to see someone edit like you. I still think to this day he's one of the most unique editors. You still need to make a full, though.
Yeah, I'm working on that. It's just, I have 3 different ones in the mix. Like I told you, when I got this new laptop, my dreams and visions are all in my reach now, because I can do anything I want. I'm no longer held back by a computer that, when I try to mask, system error, computer shutting down. Yeah, that was a major holdback.
Or Vegas, error, an exception occurred, crash. Error, an exception occurred.
I think his abridged answer is that AMV's a serious business and you need to get off him. He'll get back to you when he's done.
Yeah. No. It's just I am. If I'm not at work, I'm at school. If I'm not at school, I'm studying or doing homework. I have very little time to myself, and when I do have it, I'm always being hounded to be on Xbox, and I have very little time to edit. And when I do edit, I'm always tired. So I tend to work on fulls when I'm a day off here and there.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I have half a day off because my car is broke down, so I can't get to my first half day of classes tomorrow. So I'm gonna have the first half day to myself to just fuck around. So I'll probably end up working on one of my fulls for a while.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I mean, the way I go about editing is just fucking, I don't know, it's weird, and you got a point. I don't see anyone really edit like me. I'm very weird like that. I mean, I don't know, J-Ports, you ever seen somebody like myself?
Style-wise, the blending, masking type style that kind of he does, if you've seen a lot of his videos.
I'm not very well acquainted with you guys history-wise and videos and all that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I have my own weird styles, of course. I mean, hell, I edit old anime and I do really weird stuff that people either consider gold or trash, I think that's something I have fun doing. Like you, I have free time and such, but I'm a gamer first and an editor second. That's how I grew up, but also, it's just, you grow up and it's sometimes, it's also things with the community. It's like, you see the community and you're like, oh god, I'm associated with this, and you lose motivation to edit kind of thing. That's something that I think about anyways.
Fucking faces. What?
Rage more, please.
Yeah.
Gramps. We're being a Gramps about the editing community.
We pretty much are.
Back in my day, we edited actual people, not their faces.
No, but that's the sad part. No, but sadly, it's really easy to do that. I mean...
Oh, see lone bald as a motherfucker on a cane, limped over and all wrinkly and shit. Fucking faces, get off of my computer screen!
No, but in a way we are Gramps, because you got to think about it. This is like things with gaming even. These new mediums that have come out in the last 20 or 30 years, where they advance so quickly and things change so fast that, even just a course of 5 or 10 years, the people who are growing up at that point, things are so different. Even for editing, that's the same way. Like 5 years ago might as well have been like 25 years ago, like in the span of like internet time or something with editing. I mean, that's something like even people who were even 10 or 15. Like, I'm pretty sure since Compbros is in here and you guys, like, if you know of org people, you know of people like Vlad. I mean, Vlad is one of those people, like, I can't see how he edits anymore because Vlad has been editing since 1987. He's one of those people who took VHS tapes of Star Trek and he actually spliced those together and made videos out of them.
That's what, like, NG Silver and stuff did, too, back in the day.
Yeah, those people are, or the people that I think is funny is like, when I go on old org posts, is like, you see people who are like, oh, I remember when I edited I did effect videos with, virtual dub, because before like 2003, 2004 with like the videos, like that Canon 2006 one, that was that Believe video, that Mad, that they put on the org.
Yeah.
Like, that was back when After Effects finally was coming out, and people were like, before then, all you did was, really was virtual dub mod for your effect videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has changed, really going back to it.
Yeah, like, even like, yeah, I mean, it's
going
scary.
back to like, God damn it, we
Each topic is about 2 minutes, and then everything else is just in between talking.
Sorry.
I think because like Compros barely talk, we should make him the topic police.
Okay, that's fine. But
where's the topic?
But,
lyric editing.
Lyric editing, yes.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you are very familiar with that, Jay. Just that's
yeah, I think it's very popular in old editing and con editing. In today's editing, I think it's more popular in con style editing than anything else, or really old editors. Like really old editors or con style editors are people who touch that one more often now than most other people. So you have to be really old and such. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, of course, was a community that was mostly parody based, comic based. Yeah.
Someone's to kick this motherfucker in the teeth. I'm gonna do it. If I go to Youmacon, I'm just gonna shove my fucking foot like into his jawline.
Why don't you just box me?
No, but yeah.
One, two, fine. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think that's another thing that
he said it, not me. Remember.
All right, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts wise, back on that subject. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, see, the freaking topic police is derailing this now. Okay,
there is no safe place for topics in this podcast.
There isn't. Oh God. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts wise, it was, like I said, a large amount of it was pairing stories and like, comedies. People like doing either like emotional stories, doing really funny stuff, or, parodying something in real life. That was how people did that a lot. And, that was a different perspective that I got to see, advancing through my editing. And I think that's something that really changed my type of editing that I do now and how I've approached it and my concepts overall. But yes, lyrical stuff is that, it's, I don't know, these days, it's just then that the quality of the cuts is improved and people actually do better scene selection. But there's also a lot more animes now to work with that actually fit many different types of music. And even the types of music that get used nowadays are different,
Yeah, I mean, going back to the BG SpongeBob thing, I mean, it's not anime, but that's pretty much extreme lyric sync from what I saw so far.
That's actually how I grew up into editing.
Yeah, same here. I mean, this video. Oh, the video's all lyric sync.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's all this video is.
Yeah.
He said raise up, and then he rolls up. Perfect. Genius.
I think I only did one video back in the day that actually had a legitimate, plot, of my first, 5 videos. Because I grew up in the action horror community for the most part.
Yeah, no.
It was First of Me by Hoobastank, and I did a Bardock Goku thingy.
Oh God, yeah. Hoopstank was definitely one of those horde ones back in the day. I remember the reason was one of the ones that Hoopstank used to get horde. They used to hoard that one a lot.
Out of control.
Yeah, that one too. Or back in the day when you had MSI was heavily horde for parody stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
MSI and Fooly Cooly, I remember I saw a lot of videos.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. It's like MSI is genreless and Fooly Cooly in a way is genreless and they just meld together in their crazy bullshitted logics perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's why people love them. I mean, same thing with
yeah.
I have put my hand in that fucking area of editing.
Just the randomness or lyrics?
No, the romance part of editing. I have done a video to that. I forgot about that.
Oh, your thing with Backcross, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, me
But
too. My old channel is one of my most viewed videos. I fucking forgot about it.
Yeah. Fuck, what was I thinking of? Just going like over all the old stuff that people used to use. I mean, anything Linkin Park, like we said, is like super horror. But I mean, I remember one of the first AMVs I saw that like got me really looking into it. It's a really, really old Dragon Ball Z one, like a good 2 or 3 years before I started editing. It used, I think it used in the end, but it was just one of those like classic action ones. Yes.
That's the one. That's the very first one that I saw.
Like the beginning had like some kind of like whoever that guy was. The opening just showed a picture and his name.
Yes.
And that, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was one of the very first AMVs that I saw that was like, wow, this is really cool. I mean, that's like going back to old action. Like there was like it was still like almost like story based. I mean, some action is nowadays too, but like majority of it now, that's pretty much what the beta revolution kind of made it. The impact stuff come into play.
Yeah.
Actually, what are we running on time, BG?
We're out.
Yeah, we're pretty much at an hour.
All right. Let's see. We'll wrap it up. Ending question. Shit. Ending question.
Favorite hentai.
I actually do have one. I do actually have some hentais. I do.
Oh no! Stop. End recording. Beam me up, Scotty.
Oh, if you know of hentais, I'm just gonna say Pia Carrot. If you know of that one, that one was pretty, one of my roommates has an interesting knowledge of hentai animes, and Pia Carrot was actually a really interesting story one. It's actually just one of those ones where it's like there's a whole bunch of people working.
Story.
Well, it doesn't have an interesting story. It just has one of those fun stories. It's like one of those ones where people are all working at a store, like a restaurant, and you have them living in these dorms together. And it's this one guy and all the girls, typical.
Oh, great, a harem one. That's brilliant.
Yeah, but it's old. It's a little older than the other ones, and I couldn't help but enjoy it. It's fun old fashionedness for me.
You couldn't help but enjoy it. I see.
Hey, I don't watch it for that.
Guys, I need a new pair of pants.
It's everywhere.
All right, well, I guess I don't know. Is that the question, or do you really want to find something?
No, that's not the question. Pick another question.
I was just gonna say just for the commentary, the game that Kung Fu played.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
All right, at that one.
New question.
New question. Yes.
New question.
There's this shit to be thought of well before we start this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Write this down, long, please.
My bad. Favorite video you've seen recently, like actual AMV.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh dear God! All right.
Actually, like, recommended video, not editor video.
Recommended video.
Yeah.
All right, checking my favorites because I don't remember Jack.
And I'm just gonna do it just because this makes me laugh every time I watch it. BG's Hello Hello. It uses. I heard that song. I had a sophomore year. I had a roommate who was like into like super super heavy death metal, and he showed me that song, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of funny. Maybe I should edit it. And like 2 weeks later, you come up with that video, and I was like, yes. Like. It just made me laugh so hard, and it fit so damn perfectly. Higurashi. Yeah,
I had that band on my iPod for a while too, and I had just got off work. I was walking home, and I heard that intro, and I got home, and I immediately started it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll link it. It is one of the funniest things. If it could be longer, he would probably win Yoma comedy with that. Whatever AMV hell. It has
horrible
to
taste.
So,
Yeah,
it's death metal. It's okay.
it's funny for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly. J-Force?
Well, I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite that I get anymore. Like, I don't know. I have a one by like, I have an editor / video like that I could say I like this guy's works, like, because it reminds me of old editors. His name is, on YouTube, he's called RebornZombie. He does a bridging series, but he also does these really old feeling lyrical sync AMVs. And, you know, like, if you just go look through his channel, like, I actually like a lot of them. Like, his recent one was called Plug with a View, and it's this really romantic feeling Evangelion video that actually I think feels a little bit different. I liked it. It's probably the most recent one that I liked, anyways.
BG, DA?
Yeah.
Still looking.
Definitely.
I actually have one right off the top of my head.
There you go.
This is fucking new. No, it's a Gurren Lagann video written in the spirals by tehninjarox. It's a video that just fucking I don't know, clicked with me. When I love the shit out of it.
Bros, come on, man. Men.
Here's the link.
Right.
Here's the
Everyone
link.
that didn't have a question.
Here's the
Yeah,
link to that video.
if we had time, maybe. I'm gonna do something very recent then. How about I need her name real quick, so that's why I'm stalling for a second.
Right.
The Angel Strikes Back. I need a doctor. Go check it out. It uses Deus Ex Human Revolution. Very good.
Oh, I've seen that one. That is a very good video.
There you go. Check it out. DA.
My dance video.
No,
Yes. It counts.
it's not even up yet. How about my
It will
SpongeBob,
be.
man?
It's not up anymore.
Should you? I
No
thought you were
self-
gonna put that.
No
act-
self-pimping.
Yeah. So there's the video that I'm talking about. That's the editor I'm talking about, just for, reference purposes.
Actually, you know what? Let's just recommend DA's hentai video. We'll put a
Links
sense
in the
link.
description.
Let's shoot.
Wait.
If there's any innocence left in anybody in our viewing audience, we might as well remove it now.
We should. We have explicit on the tag in iTunes. We mean it.
Wait, if it's explicit, then why do you do PG-13? Can't we just go 18 plus? Does it matter?
It really doesn't.
No.
Besides, who's gonna ban us off of iTunes for saying a couple suggestive things? Really.
Oh, there's probably worse podcasts out there.
Oh,
I'll just say,
doesn't Rooster Teeth have podcasts on iTunes?
Yeah, they've released it on iTunes.
Enough said. Enough said.
okay, we're good. I think we need to cut this off right now. It's been another 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. Game over, Game over, guys. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over. Okay.
So, DA, anything?
I've got nothing. Yeah, my videos, anything that I've done. Anything
Okay.
With the mark
Let
of DA.
let me fix that. Nothing he does is good. Fucking ignore him. He's terrible.
We'll see at Yoma.
Why?
We will see
With
at
your
Yoma.
teeth? Yeah, we will. We will see it, when you're fucking tugging that dick. Fucking out, you motherfucker. Let's go.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Cut it off before we start saying mama jokes.
Before Proceed Brutally Murders D.
Whoa,
I guess we'll end it here.
whoa.
I like the vote of confidence.
Bye.
Vote of confidence.
Bye, iTunes. Bye. Bye. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, see you guys.
Goodbye.
Bad bye.